Well, let's see if we can't shoot a little video of this park I'm in. This is Lewis and Clark State Park, Iowa. Don't even ask me what part. I just entered Iowa from South Dakota, so we're on I'm presuming a river. It was $20 a night with power, and I think the sites with power and water were 26, but mine was 20. But right, nice park. You know, we're not crammed right in like you see some of these paid parks. They are ridiculous, where it's basically a parking lot. That is not camping. At least you got, you know, a little bit of space. I love the places where you get campsites that actually got a bush line in between the campsites. That makes it nice, but not everything is like that. But there's quite a few sites. There's 2 sections to this. I picked this section over this way. Kind of like this a little better. Now, if you had bushes in between each campsite, this would be a little bit more like wilderness camping. That's the type of camping I enjoy, where you feel, even though you're not actually out in the wilderness, you're surrounded by, you know, plant life, trees, bushes, stuff like that. It gives you the effect that you are out in the wilderness. You know, a lot of people camp for that exact reason, to feel like they're going on a wilderness adventure. And you know, a lot of these people that got the rigs and stuff, that you can't really get out into the wilderness with a rig. I've tried it with my cargo conversion I did, and buddy, if I hadn't had 4-wheel drive and could have put it in 4-wheel low, I would have probably burned up a transmission when I tried to go up into the mountainous areas, up a road where I really didn't know, and had to end up backing that thing out of there. A tandem axle, any of y'all that drive a tandem, you know what I'm talking about. It was a nightmare. But anyway, looks like I need to bend my little mount here that I'm getting ready to mount to this dash just a little forward, upward. And I might can send y'all some videos while I'm driving. I almost want to go back to the Badlands, but I'm kind of stretched for time. I was hoping to stop there and do a night or 2 of camping and get some videos, but the weather was not cooperating in South Dakota. It was cold. The first day was great. Second day was starting to get miserable and rain come in. Not the whole day though. The third day was just a movie day. I stayed in, probably watched 5 different movies and run the heat off and on, off and on. But that was a nice place that I went to. I'd rather have had something with power, but they were booked up, and I was hoping to go do the Badlands, but that just gives me an excuse to get back to South Dakota. One of my trips come this summer, where I want to go to Mount Rainier. I want to go to Redwood Forest too again, but that is a long haul. But I will at least get to Mount Rainier and Yellowstone, come back by the Badlands, you know. I just need to give myself more time. Just trying to rush in a week and 10 days, you know, it's hard. Even as good as my van is on me, as far as the driving, it is rough. You try to do 500 miles a day. Well, coming to Mount Rushmore, I did the trip in 2 days, and that was 750, might as well say 750 miles each day, and that was not an easy chore. Don't see how the truck drivers do it, but I'll ride you through this other side real quick. Passing the Bathhouse right now. Yep, something like that rig right there to the right. I'd love to have something like that, just a little shorter. Wouldn't want that long, maybe 6 to 8 feet longer than what my van is would be great. And something 4-wheel drive would be even better, because I know there's plenty of places I'd love to go camp, and I guarantee you I'd get stuck with this van with 2-wheel drive. But I ain't got that kind of money for them kind of rigs. Plus, even if I bought something like that, I'd have to change it right away. I'd have to change the battery system. You know, they just don't do. Some of these newer companies might do the batteries right, where you get lithiums or something, do a proper charger and everything. Like I started to do in this van, I forget what it's called. It's the whole complete electrical box. It's your circuit breaker, your I guess your transfer switch, your converter, everything together. Well, they have to be upgraded if you do lithiums. The chargers they put in those are junky, because I was going to do one of those in this van. So even if I bought a nice rig, I'd have to right away change my battery system and change the charging system of it to make it work right. But you know, that's the way the industry is. There's not many places that build RV rigs to what we are seeing now with these overlanders and things in that nature, van people. You know, you don't see a lot of that in the industry. I think there's a couple companies coming up, but their products are expensive. You try to get one of these overland vehicles, and you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, where, you know, a person that's able to do some of that stuff could probably build one for less than half of the price that you're going to pay to buy the vehicle itself. You know, as I would want minimal stuff. I want the necessities and the comforts, but I want the absolute minimum power requirements I got to have to achieve that. You go try to run everything like roof air. Roof air is great. How you gonna run that on your batteries? I've got a 5,000 BTU Frigidaire. I ended up sticking it in my back window. Didn't want to, but I did. I had a wall, had a garage in this van, and I had it mounted there. That was working really good, but I needed to be able to get to the back from inside, and I went on and put it where I had the max air fan, and I can run that roughly 3.5 hours off of my batteries before I need to start the van or find electricity. So with some of these overland vehicles, if you do roof air, I even looked into the automotive truck style air conditions, and they require too much power to try to achieve from batteries. Even a air-conditioned mini split, they are very economical, but still you're looking at about 600 to 800 watts, maybe even up to 1,000 to 1,200 watts to run them off your batteries. My little 5,000 unit uses 433 watts, I believe it is. So that's something that is achievable. But anyway, peace, people. This is Lewis and Clark State Park.